Living room papers are scattered on the coffee table. YN stands near the sofa, clutching the documents with trembling hands. Taehyung leans forward on his knees, elbows resting, rubbing his face. Tension is thick. YN, are you kidding me? Taehyung, you have been in debt this huge, and you did not think I deserved to know? Taehyung, quiet, avoiding her eyes. I did not want to drag you into it. YN, drag me into it? I am your wife. Taehyung, I am already in it. Whether you like it or not, 2 months, you have been hiding this from me. Do you realize I found out by accident? If I had not checked those files, I would still be living in a bubble, spending money like nothing is wrong. Her laugh bitter, almost breaking. He stays silent. His silence makes her angrier. YN, why did you not say anything? Tell me straight. Why? Louder now. Taehyung, because you were happy, and I could not bring myself to take that away from you. He sighs, and finally looking at her, his voice low, almost defensive. Why unhappy? You thought I would rather be happy and ignorant while you are drowning in loans. Do you even hear yourself? That is not protection. Taehyung, that is betrayal. Staring, stunned, then furious. Taehyung, don't use that word. I did not betray you. His jaw tight, trying to keep calm. YN, what else do you call it? You watched me swipe cards, make donations, shop like everything was normal. You handed me cash to give to the orphanage just last week, money we did not even have. Do you know how humiliated I feel now? Like I was parading around, spending your debt. Voice cracking, pointing to the papers. Taehyung, I gave you that money because you care about that orphanage. I did not want you to stop helping them because of my failures. Stands up suddenly, voice raised, frustrated. YN, but it is not your failure alone. Taehyung, that is the point. You keep saying my company, my debt, my problems. What about our life, our marriage? You did not even give me a chance to stand by you. Furious, shouting back. He clenches his fists, his voice hard but trembling underneath. Taehyung, because I could not bear to see you look at me differently. YN, differently? What do you mean? Cuts him immediately, harsh. Taehyung, like I am weak, like I failed, like I am not the man you thought you married. His words spilling out raw. YN, you think money defines that for me? You think I married a bank account god? Taehyung, do you really see me that shallow? Glaring, tears welling. Taehyung, no, but I see myself that way. And if I cannot respect myself, how the hell do I expect you to respect me? Shouting, almost desperate. YN, so all this time it was not about me not being able to handle it, it was about your pride. Pauses, stunned, then her voice lowers, filled with hurt. He does not answer. His silence confirms it. YN shakes her head, tears slipping. YN, you chose your pride over our honesty. Do you realize what that does to me right now? I do not know if I am your wife or just someone you put behind a glass wall. Whenever things get ugly, soft but sharp like a knife. Taehyung presses his lips together, guilt flashing in his eyes. He tries to reach for her, but she steps back. YN, do you have any idea how lonely it feels to realize I was the last person to know my own husband's life was falling apart? Whispering, voice breaking silence. He stares at her chest, heaving, words stuck in his throat. She wipes her tears angrily, her voice steadier now, but colder. YN, if you had told me, we could have figured it out together, cut back, changed our lifestyle, fought for the company, but now you did not even give me that chance. You just decided for both of us. Taehyung, I thought I was protecting you, quiet, defeated. Why, no, Taehyung, you were protecting yourself from me, from my reaction. And that hurts more. Then the debt itself snaps through clenched teeth. She stormed into the room, snatched her coat and purse, and returned to the living room. Taehyung, still standing there, his gaze fixed on the floor outside. The rain poured heavily. As she walked toward the door, his eyes widened, and he quickly moved to block her way. I need some air, Taehyung. I need to think, voice trembling, trying to steady herself. Taehyung, think about what? Yn, about running away again. Just because. I kept something from you. Taking a step toward her, eyes sharp, voice tight. Yn, yes, about that. About the fact that you thought I could not handle. Knowing the truth about the fact that you chose your pride over me. Do you even know what that feels like? Turning to face him, fists clenched, tears threatening to spill. Taehyung, I did not choose my pride over you. I thought I was protecting you, voice rising, slightly desperate. Yn, protecting me, you think keeping me in the dark is protection? God, Taehyung, you know why I am angry. Because you think I love your money more than you. You do not even trust me enough to share your life with me. She chuckles, her voice breaking, shaking with anger. Taehyung flinches at her words, the sting hitting him harder than any financial loss. Taehyung, why, no, it has never been about that. I know you are not with me for money. I did not want to break you, not like this. His voice low, almost pleading. Yn, break me? You think I am fragile? Taehyung, you think I would crumble if you told me the truth? No, you do not know me at all. You do not know that I could have stood beside you, fought with you, helped you carry that weight. But you did not trust me, not as your wife, not as your partner, not as your life. Steps closer, trembling with rage and hurt. Taehyung, face tight, jaw clenched, his voice hoarse with emotion. Taehyung, I want to cherish you, Yn, every day, every hour. I want to protect you, to keep you safe, to make you happy. Yn, no, Taehyung, you do not understand. I need time. I need to figure out if I am even important to you, not because of money, not because of comfort, but because right now, I feel like I am invisible, like I am not your partner, like I do not exist in your life the way you exist in mine. Cutting him off, voice shaking, but fierce rain patters harder outside. Yn moves toward the door, coat flapping, umbrella ready. Taehyung steps forward, grabbing her hand gently, but firmly. Taehyung, you are not leaving tonight. Not like this, voice dark, low, demanding. Yn, let me go. Taehyung, please, pulls her hand back, voice firm. Taehyung, if you leave now, do not come back. Taking a deep breath, his eyes intense. Yn, do not misunderstand me. I am not leaving because you are in debt. I am not leaving because we have problems. I am leaving because right now, I feel like I am not part of your life. I feel small, invisible, and I cannot breathe in this. Not tonight. I need space. She stops, stunned, her voice quiet but sharp. Taehyung, eyes flicker, rain lashes against the windows, the room echoing with tension. Yn grips the door handle, her breathing uneven, trying to steady herself. Taehyung, you do not know what it does to me to hear that. You do not know how it feels to see the woman I love, the woman I chose, walking away because I made the mistake of thinking I could protect her by hiding my life from her. Voice breaking, almost a whisper. Yn, I know, Taehyung, I know how much you love me. But love is not just words, it is trust, it is being seen. And right now, I do not feel seen. She turns fully to face him, tears streaming. Taehyung takes a shaky step toward her, reaching out his hands, trembling. Yn shakes her head, wiping tears, voice firm but breaking. Yn, I need to go just for a little while, to think about us, about you, about me. Taehyung freezes, chest heaving, rain hammering outside. Like a heartbeat, he opens his mouth, but no words come out. She opens the door, rain spilling, and he closes his eyes, voice low and Ra Taehyung then go. But do not come back if this is not about us. Hwan hesitates, her hand on the doorframe, then steps out into the rain. Taehyung watches silently, shoulders slump, the weight of both pride and love pressing down on him. The sound of the rain fills the space between them, heavy, relentless. A voice echoed in his mind, the mocking words of a man he had met just days ago. When she finds out, she will leave. Every woman leaves a failed man. They only love money. The moment you are no longer rich, you are nothing to them. Taehyung shook his head violently, almost as if trying to rid himself of the poison. No, Hwan is not like that. She is not like that, he whispered to himself, his voice cracking. He remembered the moment she had stepped into the cafe. The shy smile she gave him, the way she had proposed to him. Without a second thought, she had seen him, not his wealth, not his status, but him, and he had fallen hard and irrevocably for her. She is the same woman, he muttered, pressing his palms against the carpet. The same woman I love more than I can even say, the same woman I want to keep happy. Forever I cannot lose her. His hands clenched the floor, knuckles. White rain streaked the windows, mirroring the storm raging inside him. He had to make it right. He had to show her that she was more than his pride, more than his mistakes. She was his life. Hwan parents' house later that night. The streets glisten under the rain. Hwan hair, damp coat clinging to her. She steps in quietly, the familiar warmth of home washing over her. Hwan, is that you? Her father's voice startled her from the hallway. Mr. Park, eyes wide. Mrs. Park, standing behind him with concern written all over her face. Hwan, I missed you, Hwan said softly, voice barely above the rain, refusing to explain anything further. She stepped in, ignoring the worried glances. Her parents' faces softened instantly. Missed us, Mrs. Park said, moving closer, eyes full of relief. Hwan, I just wanted to see you both, Hwan said, forcing a smile. She did not have the energy to explain Taehyung's situation, not tonight. Once inside her room, Hwan closed the door behind her, letting out a long, shaky breath. She leaned against it. For a moment, her mind whirling, she thought about the luxury items in their house, the designer dresses, the jewelry, the cars, the expensive accessories she had always taken for granted. None of it mattered anymore, not to her. She pulled out a notebook and a pen sitting at her desk. The list began: diamond necklace from last anniversary, gold watch he gifted, silk dresses, all brands, jewelry box contents, earrings, rings, bracelets, cars, black sedans, sports coupe, handbags, wallets, shoes. Her hands trembled slightly as she wrote, calculating the total value. Each number made her heart ache. I do not want any of this. I want him to be free. She whispered. Her love was not about luxury. It was not about comfort. She wanted him to know she was with him because of him, not because of money or status. Just as she started listing the last few items, a knock at the door made her jump. She quickly hid the notebook under the pillow. Mrs. Park. Hwan, are you okay, dear? Mrs. Park voice came softly through the door. Hwan, I am fine, Mom, Hwan said quickly, smoothing her coat, hiding the flinch in her hands. Mrs. Park opened the door, slowly peeking inside. Her eyes softened at the sight of her daughter. Mrs. Park, you came in late. Did something happen? Hwan shook her head, forcing a small smile. I just missed home, that is all. Mrs. Park stepped fully inside, concern evident. Mrs. Park, honey, if anything is troubling you, you can tell us. Hwan swallowed hard, thinking of Taehyung. She wanted to help him, to stand beside him, but she also needed a little time to process her hurt. She gave her mother a quiet nod. I am okay, really just tired from the rain. Mrs. Park studied her, then finally let out a soft sigh. Mrs. Park, okay, dear, get some rest. Then we will talk in the morning. Hwan closed the door, leaning back against it. The next morning, soft sunlight filters through the curtains. Hwan wakes up, her hair messy, and stretches lazily, but her mind is already heavy with thoughts of Taehyung. Taehyung. Hwan sits up on the bed and slowly rubs her face. Her eyes are still heavy from yesterday's tension and the lack of sleep from her own restless thoughts. She splashes cold water on her face, the water shocking her senses. Awake, she stares at her. Taehyung is sitting in the living room with her parents. His hair is messy, strands falling over his forehead. His suit, slightly disheveled, yet he exudes the same magnetic presence he always had, even like this tired, unkempt. He is impossibly handsome. The sight of him stops her in her tracks. Her chest tightens, heart hammering in her ears. Taehyung senses her presence. Immediately his eyes lift, slowly meeting hers. And then he smiles warmly. Softly, that smile that makes her knees weak, that smile that has always been a silent promise. Wyan thinking, heart racing, what is he doing here? Taehyung stands up, moving toward her with slow, purposeful steps. He stops just a few inches away, cupping her face gently in his hands. The warmth of his palms seeps into her skin. Taehyung's softly voice, low, I can't live without you, not even for a second. Before she can respond, he leans in and presses his lips to hers. The kiss is gentle at first, almost questioning, then deepens slightly. Wyan feels warmth spreading through her chest, a mixture of comfort, relief, and longing. He pulls back slowly, still holding her face, his dark circles speaking of the sleepless night he endured. His eyes, though tired, radiate warmth, vulnerability, and adoration. Taehyung, I couldn't wait anymore. I had to see you. I had to know you are here. But if you don't want me, I will survive. Softly, almost whispering, she slaps his chest lightly, more out of relief and love than anger, and wraps her arms tightly around him. His breath settles against her hair, slow and steady. Wyan closes her eyes, feeling warmth spread through her as his embrace calms her anxious heart. Wyan, please don't go, murmuring into his chest. Taehyung smiles, kissing the top of her head, holding her even tighter. Taehyung, if you say so. They pull back, slightly, still wrapped in each other's arms. Taehyung looks down, voice quieter, now almost hesitant. Taehyung, I asked your father for help. Wyan eyes widen, shock and disbelief flooding her features. Wyan, you actually asked him? Taehyung nodding, a small smile on his lips. Yes, I didn't have a choice. I couldn't let my pride stop me, not when it comes to you. Wyan mind races. She had assumed he'd never ask, that his pride would never allow it. She was even planning to speak to her father herself today about helping him, but he had already done it. Her father, Mr. Park, leans forward with a small, approving smile. Mr. Park, he's right, I can help him, but it has to be handled carefully. Taehyung nods, still holding Wyan hand gently. Taehyung, I know. Asked him anyway. I couldn't wait. I couldn't bear to see you worrying, thinking you would lose me. Wyan swallows, her heart fluttering at his words. She presses her hand against his chest, feeling his steady heartbeat. And finally, a small laugh escapes her lips. Few moments later, Mr. Park sits straight, with that serious father-in-law, but also father Aura. Taehyung and Wyan sit side by side on the sofa, Wyan holding Taehyung's arm unconsciously, as if anchoring him. Mr. Park stern but warm. Taehyung, but you have to promise me from now on you won't hide anything from my daughter. Taehyung hesitates, glancing at Wyan Abioji. Mr. Park interrupting, raising an eyebrow. No excuses, listen, a wife's love for her husband, it's not fragile, it can carry him through storms, but what breaks her when her husband shuts the door and keeps her out of his pain, that's what hurts. Wyan eyes soft, but voice slightly teasing. Exactly, did you hear that my dad has more sense than you sometimes? Taehyung groans, softly mutters, I heard loud and clear. Mr. Park chuckling, leaning back with nostalgia, in my life, your mother-in-law, this woman here, gestures to Mrs. Park, was always by my side when business collapsed. Once I thought it was the end, I was drowning in stress. But your Ihama, she sat with me, drank cheap tea with me, and told me, money will come and go, but if you lose yourself, what will I have left? Mrs. Park